nothing worse than when your child starts to bite other people. So in today's parent empowerment tips, we're going to talk a little bit about biting and how can we evaluate some of the issues so that we can reduce a very challenging behavior. So first off is to realize there's lots of reasons why a person will bite. And I always like to say, you do not have to learn a skill from someone else to engage in any behavior. Meaning, sometimes a kid just picks up biting. Doesn't have to mean it's coming from somewhere. And so the first thing we need to think about, or really the first thing we need to evaluate, is the sensory needs of your child. So some kids bite because they get overstimulated. So these are the bites that kind of happen out of nowhere. Kid gets very excited, and then all of a sudden just they kind of clamp down on someone. And so I always think evaluating sensory needs, is your child someone that's doing lots of behaviors with mouthing, using their jaw? They seem to get overwhelmed, can be something to look at. And so if it's a sensory related issue for biting, it's trying to make sure a kid has a good sensory diet, meaning things that can help them to stay calm. Some kids need things that they can chew on. Some kids need just anything that helps them to not get overstimulated is one way to help biting from the sensory standpoint. The second one, or the second potential reason why a kid bites, is through lack of communication. And so they want something, they're frustrated, they don't know how to get it, and then biting's kind of a way to release some of that frustration. So when you evaluate the communication needs of your child, is to really think about, can a child say some simple words? If they're not a fluent communicator, really setting up a picture exchange system, meaning they give you a picture or point on a device to get access, or even just some simple signs. Lack of communication can sometimes lead to biting. So having a good communication system will really help and to evaluate that. And then the third one is to evaluate behavior. I think we always look at when a child does something, it's always behavior, but really behavior is probably the third or even sometimes the fourth thing to evaluate. But a child can bite to exert control. Sometimes they bite on accident and realize that it changes the environment. And so it's really making sure that first and foremost, you want to be able to redirect them to another activity. Try not to overreact when a child bites, especially for the first or second time, although I know that is very hard. And it is good to have a consequence. Every human needs to have consequences, special needs too. So as a family, what is a good, healthy consequence for when a child bites? Maybe it's the removal of a toy. Maybe it's lack of access to something for a temporary small amount of time. But just kind of know what is plan A on how you want to react. So by really evaluating the sensory needs, the communication needs, and the behavior needs, I think you'll have a much better plan and strategy to help when biting occurs. So I want everyone to fight for your 15 minutes to improve your relationship and how you interact with your child. Stay empowered, stay informed. We'll talk next.